Hi, so I've been using Claude a lot lately, and I came across two features: Claude Code and Claude Skills. Claude Code wasn't really for me, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's designed for proper developers who write code all day. I'm not that person really. I use AI to help with coding, but I'm not building apps from scratch. Claude Skills, though, is a little bit different, and I found that really useful. So, what are skills? Skills are basically groups of instructions that Claude uses for specific tasks. So, think about it like instead of telling Claude, write like me, not like a robot every single time, I create a skill called human mode that does that automatically. And once it's set up, Claude just knows it applies the right style based on what I'm asking for. So, I don't have to keep repeating myself. Now, the way I figured out which skills to create is quite interesting, and it's what I always do really, which is I use AI to get the best out of AI. So if you've been to one of my cook-alongs, you'll know I talk about this a lot. So I asked Claude to analyze our chat history and spot the things that I ask for repeatedly or the things that I'm constantly reminding them. Um, and then I let Claude do the heavy lifting to figure out, what would work best. And it found five main things that I'm constantly repeating myself about. So one is writing in my style, so not an AI style. The second is the documentation I create after my cook along sessions. Third is helping with building workflows. Fourth is around creating bios for events because I seem to be kind of getting invited to more and speaking at more of them. And the final one is writing newsletters. So, secretly I do get a little bit of help with that. And then rather than trying to create those skills myself, again, I asked Claude. So I asked Claude to create the skills for me. We did a bit of back and forth to make sure that it was refined and working in the right way. And then it was ready to go. So now when I start a conversation, Claude automatically picks the right skill based on what I'm asking for. Now, for those of you that have been to one of my cook alongs, you're probably thinking, okay, well, isn't this just like a custom GPT or like one of the gems that we set up? It's a little bit different. So, GPTs and gems, you create those typically for one specific job. So, customer service, bot, or sending out your meeting notes to customers. So, one purpose, one conversation. These are different. So these instructions get applied across all of your conversations. So based on the context that you give Claude, then it'll decide whether to use it. So my human mode skill kicks in automatically whether I'm writing a newsletter, an email, or a LinkedIn post. I don't need to go to a separate gem for each type of content. So let's have a look at what's Claude built for me. So these are the skills that Claude created. So we've got human mode, session documentation, workflow assistance, professional context, and newsletter creation. And if we look inside one of them, we'll take a look at the human mode skill. You can see my writing preferences, some forbidden phrases, all those AI tropes that you all get so upset about on LinkedIn. Using British English, not putting loads of Z's or Z's in there, and some examples of good and bad writing. And remember, I didn't write this, Claude did. I just told it what I wanted and it built the instructions. Um, so that's it. Claude skills aren't complicated, they're just a way to stop repeating yourself. Tell Claude what you need once, let Claude figure it out and build it for you, and then it remembers every time. So if you're using Claude regularly, this is definitely worth setting up because it saves a lot of time